Interesting facts about insects you probably didn't know. There are a lot of insects in the world. The number of existing species is estimated between 6 and 10 million. They can be found everywhere, even in the most unexpected areas. You'll find one type of insect ingenious to that space. In fact, a few species reside in oceans, and of all that, there is just under 1 million species that have been identified and documented on the planet. It is argued that global insect species diversity makes up more than half of all other species diversity on Earth. Insects in the preliminary form are characterized by having 3 pairs of legs, 2 pairs of wings, and are sometimes reduced or absent, and 3 body segments, the head, thorax, and abdomen. Nevertheless, there are a whole lot of other things you should know about insects, aside from the grave misconception, particularly about bugs. Estimates of actual species richness range from a realistic 4 to 6 million to an extravagant 80 million species, but insects are continuously evolving, so we'll never really know. Insects exhibit several movement techniques. Adult insects typically move about by walking, flying, and swimming. Many insects spend at least part of their lives underwater, while humans regard certain insects as pests and attempt to control them using insecticide. Many other insects are considered ecologically beneficial, with a few providing direct economic benefits. Insects are consumed as food in 80% of the world's nations. If you've been following the videos on this channel, you know what we're all about. We bring you various surprising facts about things that you thought you knew. Today, we're going to take a look at some mind-boggling facts about insects that will surprise you. I mean, who would have thought that bugs can be attracted to humans? Keep watching if you have the nerve. You'll really like the video, so don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. All insects come from tiny eggs. As basic as it sounds, it's the truth of insects. All insects originate from tiny eggs which later hatch and develop into full-fledged insects. Birds hatch and become strong animals. You'll be surprised to know that insects do the same. The only difference is the latter is exoskeletal. However, they don't remain as eggs. Insects need food, water, and protection from the elements to grow successfully. This growth process of insects is called metamorphosis, change in the form and often habits of an animal after the embryonic stage during normal development. For insects, the growth cycle is from eggs to larvae, then pupa, before finally becoming adults. Insects shed their skeleton. Did you know that it's possible to shed a skeleton? Well, now you do. Insects, unlike the human species and other species known to exist, live with an exoskeleton as opposed to an endoskeleton. As an insect feeds and grows on the inside, there comes a time when further growth is restricted by the hard external shell, the exoskeleton, which does not grow. To overcome this problem, they shed their exoskeleton and replace it with a larger one. When an insect molts, the old exoskeleton splits down the back and the insect wiggles its way out of its covering. A new, larger shell will form in a matter of hours. After the molt is complete, the insect resumes feeding and begins to grow inside again. Soon, another molt will be required. Insects may shed their exoskeletons from 4 to 40 times in their lives. Once an insect becomes a full-grown adult, however, it stops growing and molting. Mosquitoes are big fans of dirty dancing. This fact has not been proven, not really, so it might not be 100% accurate because no one has ever asked any mosquitoes what their favorite film is. But like Jennifer Grey and Patrick Swayze in the hit film of the 80s, mosquitoes have their unique dance. It has been discovered that before mating, mosquitoes engage in a sort of dance that involves beating their wings in a call and response type of manner. This is amazing as well as weird. Some insects do talk. Some insects can communicate with each other, but it's not the way you think. They do not talk the usual way. They do not have mouths that open as wide as humans, neither do they have vocal cords that can carry this out, but they communicate. Some insects use special chemical odors called pheromones to talk to each other to help find one another. Others communicate with visual signals like the fireflies with the flashing lights. Other insects communicate with sound. They make noises and in a few cases they sing to each other. This helps them plan coordinated attacks against their attackers and develop their communities as well. Flies are good at math. Another interesting fact is this: flies are very smart. Despite having tiny brains, flies are excellent at calculating the angle of a swatting hand. newspaper, or swatter and creating a flight plan to avoid it. When they see a threat coming, they can leap backward using their hind legs to avoid it. According to research done by scientists at the California Institute of Technology, Caltech, their data on the fly fact shows that flies make these decisions within 100 milliseconds of spotting the threat. That is what makes them hard to swat away or kill. Insects change their shapes. It is amazing how insects are skilled change artists. This process of changing shape is known as metamorphosis. There are two ways that insects can change shapes, which is by incomplete metamorphosis or by complete metamorphosis. During incomplete metamorphosis, the insects change their shape gradually each time they shed their exoskeleton. As the young insects grow, they begin to take the form of their parents. With metamorphosis, the insects go through a magnificent change from young to adult. The young insects that develop this way look very different from their parents. During incomplete metamorphosis, the only noticeable change is in size. After shedding its exoskeleton several times, it soon reaches the size of an adult. Bees pollinate flowers by mistake. Like other pollinators, bees play a vital role in the fertilization process, but here's the catch: they don't transfer pollen on purpose. Pollen grains substance simply sticks to them and follows wherever they go. But it is their tireless work that ensures that pollen reaches its ideal destination, allowing plants to grow fruit and seeds. It's amazing how they get so much work done yet remain oblivious to the result of all their actions and otherwise inaction. Hence, flowers develop these colorful petals to attract these helpful insects. Without all the hard work, humans would be denied some of the world's most delicious foods, including fruit, nuts, and the world's favorite delicacy, chocolate, seeing as it comes from the cocoa bean. Why ladybugs are so colorful? Depending on the species, they can have spots, stripes, or no markings at all. There are about 5,000 different species of ladybugs in the world. They come in many different colors and patterns, but the most familiar in North America is the seven-spotted ladybug with its shiny red and black body. Some even consider them to be good luck. And while people love ladybugs because they're pretty, graceful, and harmless to humans, farmers love them because they eat aphids and other plant-eating pests. Did you know that a ladybug can eat up to 5,000 insects in its lifetime? And they are that color for a reason. They are easy prey to other animals in the food chain, so their markings come in handy to tell predators, eat something else. I taste terrible. When they are threatened, the bugs will secrete an oily, foul-tasting fluid from joints in their legs in a bid to irritate their attacker. Humans attract insects. Have you ever wondered why insects, bugs precisely, are attracted to you? Like they just seem to find a way to your location? Well, human beings attract bugs. The smell from the ears attracts bugs. Although it's not common, bugs can enter and stay in your ears for a few days. Cockroaches, for example, are attracted to the smell that comes from your ears, and so they crawl inside when you are sleeping. Once the bug is inside the ear, you may feel its legs wriggling, and you instinctively scratch your ear, which pushes the roach or the bug deeper inside the canals of your ears. In most cases, they may eventually die inside after a few days, but there's also a possibility that they can thrive and find the way inside the ear. This sensation is most often irritating and painful. Insects feel pain too. Pain is not something set aside for some specific animal. Vertebrates feel pain. Invertebrates feel pain too, meaning that even tiny insects like bugs feel pain. Scientists have claimed that most of the insects and bug species that we know experience some sort of pain. With the recent advancement of technology, new and compelling evidence in research also shows that insects may also feel chronic pain that lasts long after a head injury or trauma. So before you kick that insect to the floor or raise the small creature down in the fire, do note that they feel pain too, just as humans feel pain. So we can only imagine how impressed you are with your new knowledge. Which of the facts surprised you the most? What do you think is the most impressive thing about insects? Let us know in the comments section below. Be sure to subscribe to our channel if you're new here, and also hit that notification bell so you never miss any of our videos. Till next time, bye.